Guys, Roger here. I am the Investor's Accountant. It is awesome to be with you today for another edition of Ask Roger. Now, before we get started, I want you to look below the video and you're going to see a link. If you click this link and fill out a simple 3-line form, I've got a free gift for you. I'm going to give you a PDF that lists some of my basic tax strategies that are used for small business, absolutely free. Click that link. All right, today's question came from the internet, comes from Fred. I've heard a little about buying property subject to. What is that and how does it work? You know what? Great question, especially considering the economy we're in and the interest rates that we have. Buying subject to simply means I am buying a property subject to the existing mortgage. Yeah, and essentially, I'm buying a property without involving the bank. I am basically taking over the debt. Well, Roger, can't you only do that if the mortgage says you can? Nope, you can do it anyway. There are ways of going about it, and I'm going to tell you about them right now. Consider yourself not as an investor for a moment, but a problem solver. And you meet a gentleman named Joe. Joe has a problem. Joe recently lost his job. After 20 years, he got laid off. There's no prospect of him going back to work. His unemployment ran out, and now he's 3 to 4 months behind on his mortgage, and he's about to go into foreclosure. He doesn't know what to do. You go over and you talk to Joe, and you say, Joe, you got a problem? I got a solution. This is what we're going to do. I'm going to give you some money so your family can move. I am going to catch the back payments up on the mortgage, and I'm going to take over the mortgage. In return, you're going to sign a deed and transfer the title of the property to me. Plain and simple. Now, Roger, won't that trigger the due on sale clause? We'll get to that in a minute. All right? So, Joe has a problem. He's about to have his credit ruined. He's going to lose his home, and he's going to have to go find a new place to live with credit that's just been turned into a bunch of pig tracks. Joe signs the deed. You catch him up. You give him money. You now have a brand new rental property. Okay? Well, couldn't I just let Joe stay there? I wouldn't recommend that. Okay? Always have a clean cut on that. Always have a clean cut. Get a brand new tenant in there. All right. Now, you have agreed to pay that mortgage going forward. If you don't do it, Joe can sue you. That's not something you want. Eventually, you could refi it. Okay? But why do you want to right now? Because you just got Joe's mortgage, which is at 3.5%. And if you refied it or went out and used conventional financing, you would be stuck at 7.5 to 8.5%. Not a good deal. So, Joe gets out of a tight spot and you get a property with a low interest rate mortgage. Joe wins, you win. You solved his problem, you did good, and you're going to make money. Now, what about the bank? Roger, I have always heard that the bank will hit me with a due on sale clause if there is any transfer title. Well, let's talk about what the bank can do. Any type of change in title, yes, the bank can enforce the due on sales clause. Guess what? They usually will not do that. In fact, I've only seen it 1 or 2 times in over 20 years, and it's because it was a commercial property the bank wanted. Okay? The bank in general does not want your house. Okay? They don't want the house. They want their money. They want the mortgages paid, because if they take the house, they got to sell it at auction on the steps, and it's just a pain. All right? The banks are not going to do it. My mentor has talked to presidents of banks throughout the country, and they have, to a man, to a woman, to a person, told him that no, We do not enforce the due on sale clause. We don't want the property. I've talked to local bankers. It's the same thing. My clients have talked to their lenders. They're told the same thing. Okay? So, no, the bank is not going to come after you and hit you with the due on sale clause. Not going to do it. All right, well, Roger, I understand there's a way to fly under the radar. I've heard something about using land trust. Yeah, you can do this with a land trust too. The way it works here in Georgia is your seller creates a trust and puts his property into the trust. Then he signs a document that reassigns the beneficial interest of the trust over to you. So what has happened now is title is intact in the previous owner's name. Mortgage is intact in the previous owner's name. You have legal ownership and legal control of the property. Okay, that's pretty good so far. And it's not something you file with the court. So it's not something on public record. Pretty cool, huh? Subject to is a great technique, and I saw it used a lot back during 2008, 2009 when we had the housing market crash. So Roger, why are you telling us about this now? Well, a lot of the REIA groups are starting to teach this again. Why? Let's look at the economy and what we're dealing with right now. All right, we have got interest rates 7.5%, 8.5%. Now, these are nowhere near what they were back in the 70s. I remember my mother's mortgage was 15.75%. Yeah, crazy numbers back then. But these guys that have the houses that are having troubles have 3.5%, 4% mortgages. Well, Roger, how do you know they're going to have troubles? Well, we are in inflationary times. There are two things that are needed to cool inflation. One we've already got, high interest rates. The second one is high unemployment. We are currently at 3.8% unemployment as of this taping. The Fed, Federal Reserve, their target number for unemployment is 5%. That's what they say will cool the economy. Now, 3.8%, that's 6.4 million adults are already out of work. And another 1.6 million are set to lose their jobs to bring us to 5%. When people lose their jobs, they go on unemployment. They lose benefits, and unemployment benefits aren't going to pay a mortgage and food for a family of 5. Okay? They get behind in their payments, they got a problem. All of a sudden, the world is ripe for subject to and for problem solvers like you to go out and acquire properties subject to the existing mortgage. Guys, I hope you have enjoyed today's session and found this informative. Remember, click the link down below, fill out the simple form, and we've got that free gift for you, that PDF with my basic tax strategies. It's great being with you. Till the next time, Roger out.